Good morning and happy new year to everybody. Happy 2nd of January 2025. We are here. We finally made it. And y'all are riding with me today to handle business. Not work, but to handle some business. And where are we going? We're going to the in-home service, the in-home care service place. I don't know. We just call it IHSS out here in California. I don't know what y'all call it in other states. And I'm not going for a job. I'm not going for a job interview, even though they are hiring like crazy now. But I'm going because that same day I posted that video titled "God's Got You, Work for God, Not Man." Something happened, and I'm not gonna, my husband already knows that I make these videos. He knows that, he knows what I'm doing when I go around the corner and I wait in the Walmart parking lot because the internet in our house is so slow. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm utilizing the Walmart internet. So he's already well aware. And I asked him if he was okay with me talking about his medical condition. And I'm not going to say what it is just yet, just because I'm not comfortable. But something did happen on Friday that involved that. And I almost called my job, and I said I was going to tell them that I couldn't make it. Now, granted, I didn't have to be there until 12:30, but my husband didn't have, like, something happen until maybe about an hour and a half before it was time for me to go. And it was more than one situation. It was like a couple of things back to back, or like hours, 30 minutes in between. And I'd already knew. So when I married my husband, this was a huge concern for me. It was almost a deal breaker, because anytime you marry somebody, anytime you choose to spend the rest of your life with somebody and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna take on everything that you have, I want to encourage y'all to really mean that and really know what you're doing before you jump into it. That's not a discouragement. That's a true heart check. That's a look in the mirror check for real. Because when I really understood what I was getting into before I married my husband, I got scared. And I was just like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm not ready. All this stuff. But I married him. Yes, because I love him, but also just because of faith. Like, I truly believe that the Lord put us together. And but now I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? Now we're in it. And I do have to stop by DMV first. So, but after this, we're on our way to the IHS office. But so he was going through his medical situation on Friday. I almost called my job, and that was when it hit me. I need to apply for help. So on my bridal shower, my cousin had brought that up. A couple of the ladies that I knew that were there had brought that up. But mainly my cousin. She was like, you know what? You can try to apply for assistance. If your husband or somebody you live with that you have to take care of has a medical condition, you can apply to get help from the state. And I kind of like swept that under the rug until this past Friday, because obviously my husband is way more important than money. My husband is way more important than my job. And the only reason why I left to go to work that day was because I felt comfortable enough that he was going to be all right. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, but what if I had to call my job and say I couldn't go? What if I had to rush my husband to the hospital? What if I had to stay with him all day just to make sure he was all right? So it's just like, I basically got to choose between making money and taking care of my husband. I got to choose between making sure my husband is alive and going to work. And that's what rubbed me the wrong way. And that's, of course, is what got me thinking about a whole bunch of stuff. So obviously afterwards, like, because I'm still new to this, y'all. Like, when he deals with what he deals with, it's still, I'm like getting emotional as I'm beginning to talk about it. But it still doesn't resonate all the way. It does, but then it doesn't. It's an adjustment for real. And y'all don't understand, unless you're somebody who's going through this, how painful it is to see somebody you love deal with this kind of stuff. And so it's so yeah, today we on business. And if I can get some help from the state, if I can get something that will aid and carry me and my husband for the days that I might have to not go to work, then that's what I'm gonna do. I've been in situations where I've been too proud to ask for help. I've been in situations, and again, like, I've posted my story about living out of my cars because I wanted to stand on my own 2 feet. I wanted to take care of myself. I didn't want no one helping me or taking care of me, or I wanted to be full in control, responsible for my life. And so I lived out of my car just to prove a point. So I understand what it means to not ask for help. But when it comes to involving somebody else, when it comes to the well-being of somebody else, to make sure that both of us are all right, then that's what I'm gonna do. Like, this is a situation. And even with food stamps, y'all, I've applied for food stamps. I've applied for Medi-Cal. Like, some of the teeth work that I've gotten done was from when I was in my early mid-20s, and couldn't find a job, was still living at home, but I needed work to be done. I needed some help from the government. Now, am I encouraging y'all to just stay on welfare, to just stay receiving government assistance, to just never want anything more for yourself and not elevate or move up? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, like, I encourage first reliance on the Lord, but after that, like, relying on yourself as much as possible, and not being a leech and giving more than you're receiving. But in situations like this, where you need food, where you need cash assistance for a place to stay, when you need some type of backup and some type of cushion, because right now you don't make enough money to where you can not go to work for a couple of days because you don't have the savings for it, or you don't make enough money to where if you miss a day, it really doesn't matter, because, like, you're just gonna recuperate that money with 2 more days of work. Like, if you're just not at a point right now to where you can miss work just for the sake of taking care of somebody, I would say go get the help that you need. Don't be so proud to where you do not ask for help, because that's what it's for. So again, I don't think that the government, welfare, low-income housing, I don't think it's for people to just do what so many people do, which is just leech off the system, don't want nothing more for themselves, are just lazy, don't want to work, don't want anything more for their lives or for the lives of their children. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that that's what the system is there for. The government assistance is there to help you be a bridge, or to help be a bridge over the water. So, I'm making these videos, y'all, and I say what I say, I share what I share. And all of us content creators, the smaller content creators who are really in it, this is real life, y'all. This is what we're on here, giving encouragement and being vulnerable and being transparent. because we've shown you like the day-to-day real life while we're on our grind, on our come up, while we're trying to make other things happen, bigger and better things happen for our lives, so that at some point we won't have to do this anymore. So as I make this video, I want to encourage y'all to don't be too proud to ask for help if you need it, especially if you got children, even if you're taking care of a parent, if you're taking care of a spouse, a brother, a sister, somebody in your family, your loved one who needs your help. You being there and making sure their well-being, or making sure that they stay alive, is more important. You can't put a price on that. It's way more important than money. So if you can't afford the care assistance, the nursing, the whatever else, and if applying help for the state, getting cash aid from the state is what you got to do right now, swallow your pride, and I want to encourage you to get it. Get on it, and just, even if you can't get a lot, get what you qualify for. At least apply. So yeah, like I said, I just pulled into DMV, but I was on my way to the IHSS place, but I realized I gotta handle this business first. But I'm gonna let y'all know what they tell me, if I'm qualified, if I'm eligible to receive any help, because I'm going in there to see if I qualify as a caregiver, and I'm gonna just let them know the situation, and I'm willing to go through whatever process it takes to receive help, because I understand a lot of times people don't want to go through the government and assistance and things like that because it takes so long. The process can be so long. I know them dang like low-income housing, them waiting lists be like years. So I get it, but really, if you're not making the money another type of way, what do you have to lose? Like, just go see, just apply and see what you might be eligible for. So I'm gonna handle this DMV business real quick, then I'm gonna head to the IHSS office, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell y'all what they say, what I'm eligible for. And yeah, we just go home for the best.